All right, guys, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It's the Pitchfork podcast for February 20th, 2021. Sorry about the technical difficulties of yesterday, but I'm giving you a full-length video on tomorrow. I'm discussing slavery reparations and also a response to a YouTuber known as Bearing. He made some arguments that some people in the chat called pretty bad. And I want to demonstrate why it's bad. And I also want to demonstrate why Black Americans deserve reparations. Now, I also want to discuss some of the news around reparations, some of the newer news that you may or may not have heard of yet. With that being said, guys, hit the like button, hit share button. Make sure you share the content. Make sure you let other people know that I run this content, because without you doing that, other people don't even know that I exist. Now, with that being said, guys, if you want to participate in the show, you can join my Discord server. You can join certain in several other ways. But let me go ahead and give you a link to my Discord server. That way, if you want to join, you can. All right. So let me run over to my stream here. Okay. There's a link to my Discord, and let me go ahead and drop it over here on Twitch. Thank you, Twitch followers, for holding me down. I appreciate that. It's not a huge following on Twitch yet, but again, I'm working on that. But I appreciate all the help that I've been getting on Twitch. All the people that the new followers that I've been picking up slowly but surely. Again, you guys are real ones, and I really do appreciate all of your support. It means a lot to me. I realize that you could have been anywhere, but you decided to stick around with me. So, with that being said, I do want you to understand that when I make these videos, I make them with the intention of trying to educate people, trying to show people, how to look at things differently, and not necessarily how to judge things based on emotions solely, but how to look at things, I just want people to understand that there are various things that we could have been doing when it comes to slavery, when it comes to reparations, when it comes to so many other things. It's so sad to hear people make these counter arguments, and yet they haven't even tried to research it. And given the fact that Congress is now discussing it and it could finally happen, I'm at the point right now where I'm trying to help people cope, I guess. Because when it happens, you're going to hear a bunch of people say, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." And you're going to hear like hyperventilating, people losing their fucking minds, people losing their goddamn shit. It's going to be funny. So when people start hyperventilating, start freaking out and everything else, is going to be hilarious, because those people, it's going to be funny to see them freak out once this happens, and I'm proven right yet again. It's gonna be really, really funny to see it happens, because again, I want you to understand something, that when I discuss things, I discuss facts. I don't discuss your feelings. Fuck your feelings. No one cares about my feelings. So fuck your feelings. Well, I just feel like I just don't want to pay for something. Shut the fuck up. Don't care about your goddamn feelings. Talk about facts here. It's gonna happen. It's gonna pass. The Democrats control the House and Senate and the White House. It's gonna happen. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Now, you can get upset with me. You can get as mad as me as you want to get. What you're not gonna change is reality. Congress is already taking it up. It's gonna happen. 74% of Americans right now, according to various polls, more than 70% of Americans actually support reparations. So before I listen to a fucking Australian YouTuber, I'm gonna listen to my fellow freaking Americans, who are mostly saying that we want this. Is that totally fair? Is that unreasonable? Before I listen to an Australian YouTuber like freaking Bearing, I'm gonna listen to my own countrymen. That fair? Is that unreasonable? I don't think so, personally. I think that it's perfectly reasonable. I think that it's perfectly reasonable that I say such things, because, the one thing that I'm definitely am tired of hearing is this idea that, I gotta somehow spare your feelings. People say, "Oh, well, you're fragile. Shut up, white man. The white man's fragile. I don't want to believe in white fragility, but when you guys start swarming people's videos and shit, it really, really does make it look that way. I just gotta be honest with you. It really does make it look that way. I gotta be honest with you. It looks like white fragility. So don't engage in the exact same behavior. Chill. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. He said Black Lives Matter. Take a deep fucking breath. Shut the fuck up. You don't get to tell me what I can and what I can't say. See, some of y'all are so used to just swarming black folks and getting them to shut up to the point where some of y'all folks believe that same tactic is going to work on me. And let me go ahead and tell you something right now. It fucking isn't. Because if I have another one of those swarms like that, not only am I going to ban everybody, I'm going to find who's responsible, whose channel, go straight to fucking YouTube about it. They've already made it clear what they're doing to channels who are doing this shit now. You know, it's this whole thing of, well, I can't control my, shut the fuck up. Stop lying. You do shit intentionally. Cut it out. Don't try me. I'm telling you, I'm giving you my word. If I start getting swarmed again, I'm going to find out whose audience is primarily coming from. Go to freaking YouTube about it. You understand what kind of content that I make and what kind of content you likely make. You understand how that looks. Show it to anybody. I don't give a shit. But at the end of the day, YouTube's not going to risk that, especially not with somebody who's an actual journalist with the U.S. Press Association. They're not going to risk that. Nope. And I'm going to be an absolute douchebag about it now. Because some of you people want to be douchebags to me. Well, okay. Then I'm going to return the goddamn favor. When you calm the fuck down, I'll calm the fuck down. Now, I'm not backing down first. You're backing down first. Period. That's how it's going to work. Period. And if you don't like that, tough shit. That's how I'm going to treat you little bastards from now on. Some of you. Most of you are good people. Most of you out there, my actual subscribers are good people. But the rest of you who just come in and just fucking troll, you know, talk shit, say racist shit, you're bastards. And I'm going to treat you as such. Trust me, I can make it a lot more uncomfortable on this channel for you than you could ever make it for me. But let's get into the live scene, yo. Because I want people to discuss. I want to do topics that as I know is going to make Australian YouTubers fucking hyperventilate. He said Black Lives Matter and reparations. Yeah, it's called legislation in my country. That doesn't care about your feelings, my friend. Okay? See, these are called facts. This is from Newsweek. These are called facts. Facts don't give a shit about your goddamn feelings. Shut the fuck up. I don't care about your goddamn feelings. But I feel I don't care about your feelings. Your feelings don't mean shit in the goddamn courtroom. Your feelings don't mean shit in the fucking legislation. Your feelings don't mean shit to me. If you're a YouTuber, you're a fucking Australian YouTuber saying, oh, facts don't care about your feelings, and you love to do, you know, poem people and shit, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about your goddamn feelings. Give me facts. I don't care about your damn feelings. Give me facts. This comes from Newsweek. After 32 years, reparations advocates are confident the bill will finally pass. Yeah, it's going to pass. When it passes, I want to see all the fucking hyperventilating. It's going to be beautiful to watch. The white fragility, the white fucking tears. I'm going to sit there and collect white tears in a giant black tarp. Okay. I'm going to put it into a nice jar. I'm going to refine it. I'm going to make white tears soda. Right? I'm going to market it just to black people. In fact, in order for the white person to buy it, right? You got to write me a letter saying that you agree with reparations because the freaking soda, the freaking white tear soda is going to be so delicious. And you're going to want some. So no, I'm going to make me some white tear soda. You know, it's going to be so many racist white people crying in the goddamn streets that you could just collect the racist white tears. And it's not every white person. I wouldn't even say it's the freaking majority, but it's a certain not insignificant amount of them, right? Who say and do stupid shit against, you know, reparations. Just say stupid shit about it, right? So with that being said, I want to collect their tears. I want to make a soda out of it. I want to start a business called White Tear Soda. Okay. Once again, after 32 years, reparations advocates are confident the bill will finally pass. Yes. Yes. And guess what? We never needed Australia to fucking pass it. Okay? All right? The legislation that would establish a commission to study reparations and recommend remedies for black Americans for centuries of slavery is back in the spotlight after a congressional hearing earlier this week. Advocates are more confident than ever that H.R. 40 will pass the House of Representatives, which they describe as a welcome but long overdue milestone for the bill's 32-year history on Capitol Hill. It's a sad commentary on this country that it has taken this long. Kichi Tafa, a human rights advocate, a human rights attorney and decades-long reparations advocate, told Newsweek, reparations are an issue whose time has come. Yeah, I agree with you, brother. Named after the broken 1865 promise to redistribute. Named after the broken 1865 promise to redistribute Confederate land to former slaves, popularized as 40 acres and a mule, H.R. 40 was first introduced by the late Representative John Conyers in 1989, just 1 year after Japanese Americans won a formal apology from the U.S. government and reparations for their internment during World War II. We were looking around saying, excuse me, there's a precedent for this. Tafa said, if they could do this for the Japanese Americans for the years of internment in concentration camps during World War II, surely it can be done for black people in this country for the centuries-long degradation, enslavement, and post-slavery discrimination that we have suffered. Tafa has worked with Conyers and national organizations on the issue and said they were strategic in following the route taken by Japanese Americans. Throughout the 1990s and to the turn of the century, organizations like the National Coalition of Blacks for Reparations, NCOBRA, traveled the country, mobilizing groups, schools, and city councils to back the proposal. It was really about public education, Tafa said. We were saying, look, we're not asking you to support reparations. We're asking you to support H.R. 40. But the campaign hit a lull after the September 11, 2001 attacks, and during President Barack Obama's presidency, Tafa said, Obama, the first black president, was not in favor of reparations. Then in 2014 came Ta-Nehisi Coates' article for the Atlanta titled "The Case for Reparations." The peace advocates say helped revitalize the movement. The next year, the National African American Reparations Commission, or NAARC, was formed to fight the reparatory issue. All the while, Conyers continued to bring H.R. 40 to Congress every single year. The reintroduction of the legislation wasn't simply a routine activist say, it was a statement. The statement is commitment. Ron Daniels, the convener of NAARC, told Newsweek. It says that he did not give up and the movement did not give up, because that's how social movements work. We have to be relentless. Conyers handed H.R. 40 over to the Representative Sheila Jackson Lee when he retired in 2017. Since Conyers' first introduction of the bill decades later, it had changed from a study proposal to a remedy bill that would allow the commission to make recommendations to Congress regarding any form of compensation and atonement for slavery. Today, the bill has 173 co-sponsors in the House, and its Senate's counterpart, S40, has 17 co-sponsors. On Wednesday, the House Judiciary Subcommittee held its first hearing on the bill since 2019. Now that it has had a hearing, the bill needs to be passed by the committee before it can be debated and voted on by the full House. Daniels attributed the record amount of congressional support to the inflection movement of 2020, which saw the coronavirus pandemic disproportionately affect racial minorities, and a wave of anti-racism protests in the wake of the death of George Floyd, a black man who died in Minneapolis police custody. You saw black voters march on ballot boxes in South Carolina to rescue Biden's flagging campaign, and then return on election day to flip Georgia, and then return again to send 2 Democrats to the Senate to achieve the ability for the administration to have a tenuous majority. Daniel said all of these factors have been incredibly important for building a crescendo of support for reparations in general. Yeah, one of the biggest reasons why black people voted the way that we actually did is because we were told that reparations were actually coming. That's why we did it. That's one of the biggest reasons why. And the Republican Party wasn't even hearing it. They weren't even hearing it. But right now, the House is going to vote on it, and that's a wrap. If it passes the House, passes the Senate, Biden's going to sign it, and we get reparations. It's a long time coming. I think I'm going to stream on that day. I think it's going to be soon. I think I'm going to stream on that day. I think I'm going to break down in tears. Because, even if they don't send me a dime, the fact that I know that so many people in Charleston, South Carolina, my people down in Horry County, Marion County, Myrtle Beach, Beaufort, my people, at least I would know that they were getting help. That we don't have to be poor no more. That'll be all the justice that I needed. That'll be all the justice that I would need. I would like to see other people benefit before I do. Granted, do I want more reparations? Fuck yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I just hope that this will be the year in which this issue is finally put to rest. Mary Frances Berry, a professor of history at the University of Pennsylvania, told Newsweek she believes H.R. 40 is closer to getting passed, at least in the House, than it ever was before. Berry added that a study would be an absolutely rational thing to do, and it would be very useful because it would tell policymakers what kind of remedy there should be, if any, and whether the burden should be on the private sector or the federal government. Daniels and Taffa are in agreement that H.R. 40 would absolutely pass the House, but both were notably less optimistic about its fate in the Senate, where it would need the support of all 50 Democrats and independents, as well as 10 Republicans to pass. Once again, I think that's actually doable. If it passes the House, and Republicans don't vote when they don't go for it in the Senate, those Republicans, if they have any blacks, any sizable population of black people in their state, they're gone, and they realize that. So that's why I think it's going to pass, because we put Warnock and Ossoff into the White House from Georgia. Well, not in the White House, but we put them into the Senate from Georgia. And we got Joe Biden into the White House largely because of what happened with Georgia, because that was so unexpected. Usually Republicans almost always win Georgia, but we gave it to Biden this time, and it was the black voters that were the freaking difference. So once again, reparations are going to come here, and I'm so happy. I am so happy, right, that this is happening. I just wish it would. I just want people to see the reason why we need it. Not just that is going to happen and you start crying about, the reparations, how could they get it? And they fucking start hyperventilating. In this stupid pseudo-racism bullshit. Everyone knows what this is. You're not fooling anyone. It's 2021. Stop it. Okay? It's cute while it was lasted, but it's time to stop. It's time to stop. All right? All right. That was one clipping I'm gonna do. You gonna get the clipping? I still gotta clip things from yesterday's show. So, All right. So all right. So I'm going to be showing you some interesting stuff. All right. All right. It's time for a bad cop, no donut session, and this is gonna be interesting. All right. Let's get into it. This is piece is gonna come from CNN. Yeah, let me pet my dog here. He's being real needy at the moment. He's being needy at the moment. All right, all right, all right. So let's get into this. All right. Pennsylvania cop charged in Capitol riot. FBI may arrest me. Laugh out loud. Wow. So he did not take this serious at all. Pennsylvania cop charged in Capitol riot. A Pennsylvania police officer is facing criminal charges after posting a video of himself fighting with other officers during the U.S. Capitol insurrection. Federal prosecutors said video footage shows Joseph Fisher, 55, running at a police line outside the Capitol yelling, "Charge!" A patrolman with the North Cornwall Township Police Department, Fisher allegedly yelled "motherfuckers" as he clashed with officers on January 6th.
It seems to me a strange thing.
That's a very strange thing, isn't it? I'm gonna go fight my fellow police officers. Right? It was not good-blooded Americans. It was Antifa. Right? It was Antifa. Right? It was Antifa. I'll tell you what. All right.
What?
I tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
It was Antifa. It was Antifa. Right? Listen. This is an actual police officer. Right? During the scuffle, Fisher allegedly tried to help an officer who fell down and said, "I am a cop. I am a cop," according to the police body camera footage described by prosecutors in court filings. One day after the attack, Fisher allegedly sent a private message to an associate saying, "I may need a job because word got out that I was at the rally," laugh out loud. In the messages, Fisher said he was confronted by his police chief, but told him he had no regrets and give zero shits. "The FBI may arrest me," laugh out loud, Fisher told the associate, according to court documents. So he texted that to his freaking associate. "The FBI may arrest me," laugh out loud. And then he also tells his boss, a police chief tells his boss that "I have no regrets and give zero shits." Wow. Fisher had been charged with 4 federal crimes: obstruction of law enforcement, unlawful entry into a restricted building, obstructing Congress, and violent conduct in the Capitol. A lawyer for Fisher was enlisted in his court docket as of Friday evening. Several other members of law enforcement have previously been charged in connection with the insurrection. U.S. Capitol Police announced this week that 6 of its officers were suspended with pay and 29 others were placed under investigation for their actions at the riot. At least 230 people have been charged by the Justice Department in the Capitol attack. Wow. Imagine for a second. You know what's strange?
It seems to me a strange thing.
You know what's strange, man? Right? Very, 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 very strange thing. That these are police officers. You have several police. I mean, it's officers from all over the country. Like, it's a lot of them. I mean, I've heard about ones in Seattle, some in Houston, some in Vegas, some in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Pennsylvania. I mean, you name it. They've been all over the place. All over the place. So the fact that this happens, man, that is weird. But again, remember, guys, it was Antifa. All right, it wasn't Patriots. It was Antifa. It was Antifa. Right? right, let me go ahead and power this next one here. All right. So let me go ahead and give you guys links to this right here before we get into this article here. I'm trying to power through this one here. All right, so let's get back here. It's from CNN. Florida firefighter is placed. It's from CNN. Florida firefighter is arrested after photos showed him pointing at a placard for Speaker Pelosi in U.S. Capitol building. Wow. Listen, what is it with these people, right? And not wanting to put on masks? What is it with these people and not wanting to put on masks? And why would you give up your good ass job? Why would you give up your good ass job? That just doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. A Florida firefighter was arrested for unlawful entry of a restricted building and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, according to court documents, after a photo surfaced of him wearing a Trump 2020 hat and pointing at a placard for Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi inside the U.S. Capitol. Andrew Williams, a firefighter paramedic. Wow. A firefighter paramedic with the Sanford Fire Department appeared in federal court Tuesday and was released on a $25,000 signature bond, according to the court documents. The Sanford Fire Department launched an investigation into Williams' involvement after the photo circulated online. Fire Chief Craig Razak confirmed it was Williams in the photo and said that Williams had been with the department as a firefighter paramedic since October 2016. Williams has been placed on administrative leave without pay, according to an updated release from the fire department. As one of the bail conditions, Williams must appear at all court proceedings. In addition, he is not allowed to possess firearms, ammunition, or dangerous weapons and must surrender his passport by Friday. Records from federal court in Florida show that Williams' case is being transferred to the District of Columbia. He's allowed to travel to D.C. as necessary for court appearances, according to the conditions. Vince Citro, an attorney for Williams, told CNN affiliate WESH-TV that President Donald Trump and the Capitol Police are to blame for the attack. The president and the Capitol Police encouraged despicable behavior, Citro said, speaking outside the court. Mr. Williams took part in none of it. In fact, you'll notice that in the complaint there are no allegations that Mr. Williams did any of these things. The Sanford Fire Department has suspended its investigation pending the conclusion of the federal investigation, according to his statement. We hold the men and women in this department to the highest standards, Chief Razak said in the release. It saddens me that the actions of one individual here tarnish the hard work and dedication that the rest of the department puts forth on a daily basis. Once again, that is absolutely ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous that you have firefighters out here doing this. You got firefighters out here doing this, right? You got firefighters out here doing this. I mean, the guy's a firefighter / paramedic. We could use this guy at this point. And he's out here, at the freaking Capitol rioting. He was inside the Capitol. Right? He's inside the Capitol. So it's like, it's just very, very weird that you have so many people out there willing to lose their good job because of an election that wasn't even stolen. That's bizarre to me. And there's no way I'm going to give up a good job because, I'm pretty sure that he was doing well. Firefighter / paramedic in freaking Florida. Pretty sure he wasn't paid horribly. You give up your good job, you about to go to prison all because you thought an election was freaking stolen. I guarantee you that once you do your time and get out, Donald Trump is not going to give you a damn job. So why are you going to go raid the Capitol or try to protest for a president that's not going to help you now that you're going to have all these freaking prison records? It's just so dumb, man. It's just so dumb. Yep. So that's actually 3 done now. So I just got to do a few more, man. And I think I can wrap the show up early today, man. I'm powering through them, man. I'm powering through them. All right, so we're gonna watch a little bit of a video next. I'm gonna go to YouTube real quick. We're gonna watch a video. We got to watch something about Myanmar, obviously, because again, I want to make sure I'm covering all the news, man. Myanmar, I should say. How you guys doing today? All right, so this is gonna be a live video here, and I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be kind of hard to watch because someone actually gets killed here. I'm just gonna tell you, the police in Myanmar started using live ammunition against protesters, and they killed 2 people. So things have definitely escalated there. Things have definitely escalated there. I would definitely say they've definitely escalated. All right, so let me go ahead and get to that. Let's go and get to this video.
Of Mandalay. At least 2 people have been killed and several others injured in Myanmar after police fired.
Wow. So yeah. So once again, before we get into meat potatoes the actual video, police opened fire and killed 2 people. Just open fire, just no reason, just kill people, and let me go ahead and show the video here because I'm showing the wrong side. I gotta restart it again.
At least 2 people have been killed and several others injured in Myanmar after police fired live ammunition to disperse protesters in the city of Mandalay.
Wow. So once again, I'm in shock, at some of the brutality that the police in Myanmar are inflicting upon the people. And now they're just using like live ammunition. Now it's just like they're just gonna straight up kill people now. So now it's gotten to the point where I think this is gonna escalate to a level that a point of no return. I'm not sure if maybe the UN should step in and say more, but I definitely think that more countries should definitely step in and like say more. I'm not saying like we gotta send a military response, but I am saying that at some point this can't continue. At some point this can't continue, man. You getting people getting just murdered now in the streets. I mean, it's just, don't get me wrong. I mean, as an American, I can't talk too much smack because our cops are freaking road pirate, psychopaths too. But I just worry constantly. I worry constantly, that things are gonna spill over and get much worse in Myanmar, because I'm one of the few YouTubers who's been covering this consistently, and I'm really concerned about what's happening there.
The crowds were forced to flee as security forces chased after them using slingshots, rubber bullets and water cannon. The protesters were repeating their call for an end to a military coup that took place more than 2 weeks ago. Similar demonstrations took place in the economic centre Yangon, where people paid tribute to a woman who police shot dead last week during another protest. Well, for more, I'm joined by an activist in Mandalay.
Wow.
We're calling
So
him Sam to protect his identity, but it isn't his.
So once again, the police shot and killed a woman, man. Police just straight up murdered a woman, and that's amazing to me. And now you got people that have to show up on TV, hiding their face and stuff. It just, what's going on right now in Myanmar is that is most certainly, it has definitely reached the level of tyranny. I mean, anyone who's arguing against that, I say you're just out of your mind.
His real name. Sam, you've been speaking to people who were out on the streets today. Give us a sense of what the situation was like out there.
Yeah, so today the police actually,
Yeah, this man's had to actually hide his name, man. He's an activist, but that is so sad. You can't even use your real name, because if you use your real name, you're gonna get killed or targeted. Unbelievable.
came into the shipping docks in Mandalay, and they wanted to pressure the workers who are participating in civil disobedience movement. So
So they showed it the people's place of work, right? People's place of work to be tyrannical.
People surrounding in the neighborhoods came out and they protest to stop the police, and the police started shooting people, and one was shot through the head and the other was shot through the ribs.
Wow. So people started surrounding them because the cops started messing with people, and the cops started shooting at them. One of those rounds went through someone's head, the other one went through someone's rib, and they both died. So that's the kind of tyranny that's going on in Myanmar right now. We need to stand in solidarity with our sisters and brothers in Myanmar. We need to stand in solidarity with them. We need to, talk about this. Because many people out there, they rely on us speaking about this. They rely on us speaking about these issues. In the West, especially in America, people rely on us speaking about these issues, and that's why I think we should continue to speak about it. And that's why I will never shut up about it. To all my brothers and sisters out there in Myanmar being brutalized by the police and the military, I'm sorry you're going through this, and Godspeed. Yeah, that's I cover Myanmar a lot. I don't like covering that kind of stuff. What's going on, Cosmic Squirrel? How you doing? Cosmic Squirrel says, "Hey all, this is some nasty shit going down." Yes, I agree. It is. But I always cover Myanmar. He also says here, Cosmic Squirrel also says here, they love their elected leader, Aung San Suu Kyi. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. So we're gonna read some more articles. That's the fifth one done. Well, actually, I think that's the fourth one done. But I want to get some more done, man. I probably can knock out a bunch of them today because I need to catch up and try to build up me, so I can try to build up things and see. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see, make sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and kill off a few more articles here. All right, Carlos Squirrel, let's go ahead and get back to it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hop back to the live chat real quick. Bam. Azul, chill, man. That's my dog. He's over here just barking at something. Azul, come on, man. You gotta chill. Let me do my work, man. I love you, buddy. If you when we're done, I'll take you out and go play in the park. Let me just get my work done, buddy. I walk him 4 times a day, so he has no excuse to be whining like that or just growling at random people, random dogs. Excuse me. Let me take care of this real quick. All right. So, once again, we're over here to live scene. Let's go ahead and take a look at this new article here from CNN. Gosh. All right. 9 alleged Oath Keepers charged in conspiracy to attack Capitals from CNN, written by Marshall Cohen and David Shortell. Published Friday, February 19th, 2021. Let's get down to it. The Justice Department unsealed an indictment Friday tying together 9 alleged associates of the right-wing Oath Keepers in the largest insurrection conspiracy charge to date related to January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Prosecutors say the 9 defendants from 4 states allegedly coordinated plans to travel to Washington, D.C. to breach the Capitol and disrupt the certification of the presidential election. 3 defendants were first charged last month, while 6 new defendants were arrested this week. The indictment unsealed Friday is the most significant step yet by federal prosecutors as they've mapped out organized activity within the massive mob that stormed the Capitol. Prosecutors have zeroed in on several right-wing extremist groups, including the Oath Keepers. Searches of the defendants' cell phones and email accounts revealed coordinated logistics like a shared van ride up to Washington, D.C. from North Carolina and a pre-dawn rendezvous in the lobby of a Virginia hotel on the morning of the insurrection, investigators wrote in court filings. Some of the alleged co-conspirators were spotted in video footage moving in a military-style formation through a crowd on the east side of the Capitol and later congregated in the rotunda. And some of the defendants appeared to take their cues directly from former President Donald Trump, citing his public appeal for supporters to come to D.C. for a wild rally on January 6th. Cross-country conspiracy. The first Oath Keepers case to emerge in January accused Jessica Watkins, Thomas Caldwell, and Donovan Kroll of planning the attack for months, almost immediately after Election Day. Prosecutors said this trio of military veterans recruited like-minded extremists to travel to Washington and hoped to ferry weapons by boat across the Potomac River. In the new charges unsealed Friday, prosecutors said Watkins coordinated efforts among fellow Oath Keepers. Wow.
It seems to me a strange thing.
You know what seems to be a strange thing to me? That it wasn't Antifa. Remember how people kept saying it was Antifa? It was Antifa. Devil, how do you know it wasn't Antifa, Devil? Devil, how do you know it wasn't Antifa? Because it wasn't even Antifa who planned it. This is according to the FBI. You know, it was Antifa, hurrat. It was Antifa, hurrat. Hurrat. Guys, it was Antifa. All right. It wasn't the good-blooded Americans, hurrat. It wasn't the good-blooded Americans, hurrat. It was Antifa, hurrat. It was Antifa, hurrat. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
It was Antifa. 2 of the new defendants, siblings Graydon Young and Laura Steele, made their first court appearances earlier this week after they were charged with conspiracy and other crimes related to the attack. According to court documents, Young and Steele applied for membership to the Florida chapter of the Oath Keepers in the days and weeks leading up to the insurrection. In an email sent to the Florida group on December 3rd, Young wrote that he was looking to get involved in helping, according to a criminal complaint. Still, his sister submitted her application in January, outlining her experience in law enforcement in her membership form. Kelly Meggs and his wife, Connie Meggs, are also charged in the conspiracy. The Justice Department said that they were arrested on Wednesday in Ocala, Florida. Prosecutors cited messages they claim that Kelly Meggs sent a Facebook friend, which indicated that he was inspired by Trump. And in a December 22nd message, Meggs allegedly wrote, "Trump said it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. He wants us to make it wild." That's what he's saying. He called us all to the Capitol and wants us to make it wild. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. So once again, all people saying, "Oh, it wasn't Trump's fault." Trump, how could anyone be inspired? This is one of many people who have come forward. Now, one of many people. This is not the first time that you see messages like that, right? Right? Several people. If you take what they're saying, you can clearly look at what Trump said and said, okay, you kind of inspired these people, right? I want to read that statement one more time. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna copy that because I want to have that for just for freaking later, right? Because I want you to see the mindset these people were in. It's just absolutely incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. I want you to see the mindset these people are in, the absolute insanity these people are in, right? The absolute delusion. I'm not sure what you call this, right? Trump said it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. He wants us to make it wild. That's what he's saying. He called us all to the Capitol and wants us to make it wild. Sir, yes, sir.
Enough from the clown.
You goddamn clown. You got yourself and your wife arrested. Ohio couple charged. A married couple from Ohio with ties to the Oath Keepers are facing conspiracy charges according to court documents unsealed Friday. Federal prosecutors said Benny Parker, 70, and Sandra Parker, 60, planned their attack in advance and communicated with one another before, during, and after their attack on the Capitol in coordination with members of the Oath Keepers. The Parkers were both charged with 4 federal crimes: conspiracy, destruction of government property, obstruction of an official proceeding, and unlawful entry on restricted grounds. A lawyer representing Sandra Parker declined to comment on Friday about the charges. A lawyer representing Benny Parker did not immediately respond to several phone calls and emails seeking comment. The retirees from Morrow, Ohio, allegedly coordinated their trip to Washington with Jessica Watkins, an Oath Keeper who was indicted in one of the most serious cases stemming from the insurrection. Prosecutors said Watkins and Benny Parker discussed weapons, uniforms, and lodging before the trip. Around the time that lawmakers were certifying the Electoral College results, the Parkers were allegedly operating as a group with several other similarly attired members of the Oath Keepers militia and moved in tactical formations, according to court documents. Sandra Parker breached the Capitol and Benny Parker stayed outside but remained in communication with the group, prosecutors allege. 3 days after the attack, Benny Parker texted with Watkins about the nationwide FBI manhunt for Capitol rioters, according to texts obtained by investigators and mentioned in court documents. I wouldn't worry about them coming after us, Watkins allegedly told Benny Parker. You are a damn clown.
Enough from the clown.
Jessica Watkins, you are a clown. How did you think? Let me just, oh Lord Jesus, that made my head hurt. You are texting about a federal crime in which you breached the U.S. Capitol, and you think the FBI is not scanning through every phone, right? Do you honestly think that the FBI is not scanning through every phone? Do you understand how delusional these people are? See, this is basically why it came out with all these crazy stories about it was Antifa. How do you know it wasn't Antifa? How do you know it wasn't Antifa? Because again, they are so retarded that they also expect you to also be fucking retarded. They're stupid. Therefore, they think, well, surely everybody else has the same IQ as me. I mean, they can't be much smarter, you know? I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
All right, they can't be much smarter than me. All right, they can't be much smarter. All right. Now, I tell you what, it was Antifa. Now, granted, the evidence, the statements, and the suspects so far don't appear to be Antifa, right? But who you gonna believe, all right? Serena Online Troll, Tim Pool, all right? Tim Pool, Carl Benjamin, all right? Stefan Malnou, Sticks Hexenhammer 666, all right? Tar Warwick. I'm telling you right now, that is not, all right, you see this guy right here? All right, the guy with the little zip ties, all right? That's Antifa. It was Antifa. It was Antifa, all right? These people are fucking delusional. And because they're so goddamn stupid, because they're so goddamn dumb, they expect for you to be dumb and stupid too. And that's the incredible part. I'm sorry, but just because you're fucking stupid or you refuse to believe facts doesn't mean I have to join you. You can get as mad as you want to get with me about that. I'm not apologizing. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
It was Antifa. It was Antifa, right? That was amazing. That was exceptional. Cosmic Squirrel. See, apart from John Sullivan, yeah, everyone knew there was going to be a huge rally. No secret what was going on. It's pretty funny. Maybe they never heard of Snowden. Yeah, they got to own it. Yeah, they got to own it. You're right. Absolutely, Cosmic Squirrel. They got to own it, man. They got to own it. They got to own it. Because I don't think anyone's buying any of this BS, all right? No, it's whole, it was Antifa bullshit. All right, so we're going to go through maybe two more pieces, and we're going to be all done here. All right, so let me go and give you some more links there. The CNN piece real quick. I know I'm doing a lot of CNN pieces, but again, they just laid out the article so well. The point was like, it makes it easy for like to do something with. So let me go ahead and get through this one piece. Let's go and power this one piece. Okay. Alexei Navalny remains in jail as court rejects his appeal. Then he's fined $11,500 in defamation case. Wow. From CNN. This is, Vladimir Putin, he is an authoritarian dictator. He's a freaking authoritarian dictator who's a piece of shit. I mean, honestly, the way he's been treating Alexei Navalny and also his own people is just unbelievable. This is from CNN. Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny will remain behind bars after a Russian court partially rejected his appeal over a 2.5-year jail sentence handed down earlier this month. Then, in a separate case also heard on Saturday, Navalny was found guilty of defaming a World War II veteran and fined 850,000 rubles or $11,480. In the morning ruling held in Bublishitsky District Court, but handed down by Moscow City Court, the judge shortened the activist's sentence by a month and a half, after taking into account time he spent under house arrest from December 2014 to February 2015. Navalny's lawyer, Olga Mikova, petitioned the court to release her client immediately as demanded by the European Court of Human Rights, or ECHR. The court handed down the original sentence on February 2nd after ruling that while Navalny was in Germany, he violated probation terms from a 2014 case in which he had received a suspended sentence of 3.5 years. The suspended sentence was then replaced with a prison term. Navalny was initially detained by the Russian state in January following his arrival from Germany, where he spent 5 months recovering from Novichok poisoning he blamed on the Russian government. The Kremlin has repeatedly denied any involvement. Mikhailova argued that Navalny's life and health were in danger while in detention. Guilty of defamation, court rules. At a separate hearing at the Bublishitsky District Court later on Saturday, Navalny was convicted of defaming a World War II veteran, a charge he dismissed as politically motivated. The case related to comments Navalny made last June on social media. He criticized a video broadcast by state TV channel RT in which various prominent figures expressed support for controversial changes to the Russian constitution. Veteran Ignat Artemenko, 94, was among those supporters. Navalny was accused of defaming the veteran. The constitutional charges, which were backed in a January 1st referendum, paved the way for Russian President Vladimir Putin to stay in office until 2036, despite having already ruled the country for 2 decades. Navalny knew for sure that the information he had disseminated was false and defamed reputation. The judge, Vera Akimova, said Saturday. In December of 2020, the penalty for defamation was changed to include potential jail time. But at the time of Navalny's alleged offense, those found guilty could only be fined up to 1 million rubles, about $13,300, or ordered to carry out community service. Navalny's treatment has prompted mass protests across Russia and condemnation from Western leaders. Yeah, Putin is only doing this to keep Navalny behind bars, because this guy, no matter what you say about him, again, there's a lot of things that Alexei Navalny has said that I don't personally agree with, that I know he said, but this man should be the rightful leader of Russia because the people want him, and it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. Unbelievable the way this man has been treated. And Vladimir Putin, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen there, but he needs to go. He needs to go yesterday. Alexei Navalny. Again, I wouldn't agree with everything that you have to say, but for your fight against Vladimir Putin and the corrupt Russian government, I salute you, sir. Good luck and Godspeed. And we have to keep talking about this case. We have to keep bringing up Russia. You know, despite what the hard bastard and Temple, oh, you want to start a war with Russia? How do you know it was Russia who poisoned Navalny? Shut the fuck up. Each and every last one of you bastards who sat there and made all the excuses and covered for goddamn Putin. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear shit out of you. All right, because when the Russian people and when Alexei Navalny needs your help to speak up and speak out, what'd you do? You suck Putin's dick. So at this point, I don't want to hear shit out of you. Shut the fuck up. Do what you've always done and not care. From Carter Square on YouTube, Navalny was trained in the USA. Julian Assange is in the dungeon, and CNN says, "Yeah, yeah, I hear you, I hear you, but the way that they've been treating this man is just unbelievable, 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 just ridiculous." All right, so we're gonna cover something else real quick. All right, so that's gonna. All right, so it's time for a little bad cop, no donut. It's time for a little bad cop, no donut. All right, let's go ahead and get into the last thing real quick. CNN, body camera video shows a violent arrest that is now a civil rights lawsuit. All right, this happened in Chicago. We're going to go over this piece real quick. Body camera video of a violent arrest in Chicago is now key evidence in a new federal civil rights lawsuit filed by a man police are seen slamming to the ground. Leroy Kennedy, a black man, says in his lawsuit that he was walking on the sidewalk minding his own business on August 23rd, 2020. Despite not breaking any laws, he was suddenly grabbed by the police and then slammed into a brick wall, and the officers slammed his head into the pavement more than once, the court document adds. The arrest report of the incident provided to CNN by Kennedy's attorneys and featured as part of the lawsuit says that Kennedy looked directly in the officer's direction and stiffened his body, and his eyes enlarged, meaning his eyebrows rose, which produced a shocked look on his face. I'm just not getting it. Officers wrote in the report that Kennedy's appearance and the fact that he adjusted his hands and manipulated his front lap area led them to believe he was concealing a gun. What? Wait. Adjusted his hands and manipulated his front lap area, meaning he just moved his hands and moved his hands around his freaking crotch area. Guys do that all the time. Guys do that all the time. They do that all the time. The body camera video from the two corresponding officers provided by Kennedy's attorneys shows officers run up to him and almost immediately slam him into a brick wall and then into the pavement. And at one point, the video shows one of the officers' hands grabbing Kennedy by the neck. The cameras did not record the first 2 minutes of the sound of the encounter. The video shows that Kennedy, with large visible scrapes on his forehead, was then put into the back of a squad car where he was searched and handcuffed. As this was occurring, a crowd of angry bystanders began to confront and yell at the officers. I want to see this footage. I want to see this footage. I want to see this footage because, again, I want to see the OTLs defend this shit. I want to hear the OTLs defend this shit because I guarantee you that if we do look into this, right? I guarantee you that if we would look into this, it's some pretty vile shit. I bet if we look into this, right? Let's see, what's his name? Leroy Kennedy. Okay, so let's go look up this video quick. I'm pretty sure there's a video out there. I'm pretty sure there's a video out there. Right.
And says he spent 4 days in jail and was charged with aggravated battery to an officer. But he says video of the incident shows police were the aggressors.
Yeah, look.
Police body cams captured video, but not audio of the encounter. The image is now at the heart of a federal civil rights lawsuit.
Man, it left me feeling traumatized, man. I ain't gonna lie. When you get nervous, you get even more nervous once you see the police.
Leroy Kennedy says he was walking to a store last August in Humboldt Park when 2 Chicago police officers ran up to him, slammed him against a brick wall, and smashed his head onto the sidewalk more than once.
Oh my God.
I told him, like, sir, I'm not resisting. I just want to get my glasses. He slammed me again, thinking I'm resisting.
That's right.
The officers are soon surrounded by angry witnesses at the scene. The video appears to show Kennedy wobbling as he's led away in handcuffs. He says he suffered a concussion as well as cuts to his face and hand and wrist injuries. In this police report, officers say they confronted Kennedy because he had a shocked look on his face when he saw police. And officers say they thought Kennedy was attempting...
Wait, he had a shocked look on his face. What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? A shocked look on your face. That could be for any fucking reason. That could be for any fucking reason. What does that even mean? He's attempting to conceal a firearm. What? Do you know how many firearm holsters that there is? Do you have any idea how many firearm holsters there are? You know, I got a freaking Miami style holster. I got a side holster for right side. I got a left side holster. I got a back side holster. I got all kind of holsters. I got ankle holsters. Man, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? What are you talking about?
To conceal a firearm, but no weapon or drugs were found. And later, after supervisors arrived, the officers appeared to have little to say.
What's he arrested for? They instantly started fighting us. But you don't know what you're arrested for?
The police couldn't even pretend he did anything. So you have a police report which gives no description of a crime and no reason for approaching him other than his bulging eyes.
All charges against Kennedy were later dropped. The city's law department...
Wait, hold on. All charges against Kennedy were later dropped. Do you not think this man should be fucking compensated if all the charges are dropped and he's got a fucked up head and everything else? Meaning he's done nothing wrong. He's literally done nothing wrong. And I guarantee you some racist piece of shit out there, usually a white person, not always white people, but usually a white person, you're going to say, the officers, they're going to make some kind of fucking excuse. And if you do, I'm going to tell you to call the fuck in. Because you leave that comment here, you're getting banned off the goddamn channel if you don't call in. No, I want to challenge that fucking shit. And you will be goddamn brave. I'm going to help you find your fucking bravery. I'm going to help you find it. Your goddamn courage. No, you're not going to be the lion towards the beginning of The Wizard of Oz. I'm going to make you the lion towards the end. You're going to find your courage. You're going to find your goddamn courage. I'm going to make you find your goddamn courage. Stop bullshitting so much, and maybe people like me would actually listen to the fucking other side. When you fucking excuse every goddamn cops, we anticipate this shit. We anticipate you fucking bullshitting. That's why a lot of people, a lot of fucking black folk, we link that to the fucking Republican Party. Anybody who's on the goddamn right, and we won't vote for you, we won't even listen to you, we won't even fucking talk to you. Stop. Admit it. This shit is fucking wrong. Admit it. Stop bullshitting so much, and maybe people wouldn't immediately start surrounding cops and shouting everything. Stop that shit. It's fucking annoying.
Did not return our request for comment. And a CPD spokesperson said the department does not comment on pending litigation.
Hey, if you like that video...
Wow. The department does not comment on pending litigation. The department does not comment on pleading litigation, but the department has no problem sending goddamn stormtroopers to go beat up on innocent goddamn civilians. The department has no problem doing that though. Department has no problem doing that, though. No problem doing that. Fucking unbelievable. Fucking unbelievable. After officers drove Kennedy to a short distance to another location, an ambulance is called for him. The arrest report says that he was taken to a hospital for treatment. Chicago police records show he was arrested on 2 charges of resisting arrest and 1 charge of aggravated battery of a police officer. The arrest report does not contain or mention any weapons being found by Kennedy. The criminal charges against Kennedy were dropped 4 months later on December 18th, 2020, according to a spokesperson from the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. The lawsuit says that this was because video evidence showed there was no case against him. So if there was no case against him, no, that's from the Cook County State Attorney's Office. That's the fucking government admitting there was no case against him. So for the pain and suffering, for getting tossed around, getting beaten up, do you not fucking think that man deserves something for that? Huh? No, but I guarantee you someone out there's gonna fucking dick suck goddamn cops. And you know, I'm gonna tell you, I hope the Republican Party keeps fucking doing that shit. I hope you die off, get them faster. I hope MAGA does come back, form a brand new party, and then die the fuck off. Because the reason why I don't want to listen to any of you bastards from fucking MAGA or the All Lives Matter, the fucking All Lives Matter crowd, the Tim Pools of the world, the fucking Brennan got them Tatums, the Sandra that got them teachers, the fucking donut operators, you name it. The reason why I refuse to fucking listen to you, the reason why, because shit like this, where even the government has admitted, okay, this is wrong, there was no case against him, that's why all the charges got them dropped. I guarantee you some racist piece of shit out there is going to say, well, you should just obey the law. They're going to make some fucking excuse out of it. I guarantee you. And it's not going to make me like cops anymore. It's going to make me hate them even more. It's going to make more black people hate them even more. It's going to guarantee you that if you are a Republican, it's going to make sure you never get into the fucking White House. And I say good. Good. Until Republicans, until the right, until MAGA, and I don't give a shit how offended you get by this, until I see more you shut the fuck up when it comes to police violence, police brutality, I say no more Republicans should fucking win. You should all lose. You should all lose. And if you don't like what I say, don't say shit to me. Go to your fellow Republican and speak up. Fucking say something. Fucking say something. The shit's wrong. Stop justifying bullshit, and maybe I wouldn't just anticipate the bullshit coming. But you know it's coming. You know it's coming. You know, Brandon fucking Tatum. I remember when a 9-year-old girl got them tased, and Tatum was like, oh, she's like a freaking demon child. She's a demon child. She's 9 years old, you gigantic piece of shit. So if sorry Negroes, sorry Sambos, Uncle Tom, buck dancing nigga coons like Brandon Tatum can say stupid shit like that, you already know what someone's gonna say about this shit, right? Right? Sorry sexist shit. Sorry excuses for goddamn men. Fucking race traitors. Garbage. Trash. Trash. I guarantee you, that's gonna happen. Someone's gonna say this is not wrong. This is okay. For some reason, they're gonna find a fucking reason. I am so sick to death of people doing that shit, and you're not gaining allies. You're killing allies. I hope nobody on the right wins another fucking election until I hear significant people on the right shut the fuck up. And don't you ask me what I mean by that. You know what the fuck I mean by that. Don't play stupid. Playing stupid only makes it worse. Only makes me hate you even more. Stop it. It's fucking ridiculous. It's goddamn sad. And I am sick to death of people being abused to have American citizens excuse this shit. Fucking stop it. I'm just so sick of that shit, man. I'm sorry, audience. I had to kind of go in a little bit because I'm so sick of Tatum and the stupid shit, man. Just stop, man. Stop excusing bullshit. You are not making black folk like you. You're not making a lot of minorities like you. You're making them hate you. You're making them hate you, man. Stop. Just fucking stop. Enough's enough. It's time to fucking stop. Stop excusing bullshit. Just be honest. Just be honest. I'm so tired of people bullshitting, man, when it comes to police violence. It's just, I don't know, like, when blacks were polled in Georgia, a lot of blacks in Georgia voted because of that. Stop. Republican Party, you're killing yourself. By the way, from College Squirrel, they pay out so many civil suits, but it doesn't stop them doing this bullshit. Yeah, it's true. Also says Tatum was like, that's a big 9-year-old girl. She's like a demon child. Fuck, she's 9. Yeah. And I actually, I include that in the video from what I read from you. So again, you get to be a part of the video, College Squirrel. Awesome. So anyways, man, thank you for joining me. Thank you everybody for joining me. Also, guys, if you wanted to get more Devil's Advocate, make sure you hit the like button, hit share button, share the content. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Trovo, I'm on DLive, I'm on VK, I am on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Minds, Patreon, you name it. Also consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You can also join my merch store. You can also become a channel member. Links are in the description, guys. With that being said, guys, thank you for joining me for the Pitchfork podcast, and also to see me work live. I'm going to have those live edits out there for you. There's a video coming off tomorrow about bearing and reparations, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting. With that being said, guys, make sure you stay safe, wear a mask, don't get COVID. Horns up, peace out, good night, and good luck.